Hi everybody, how are you doing? This will be Flosstube number 8. And I'm Kayla, and welcome if you're new here. And if you're returning, thank you so much for coming back and continuing to listen to my rambling. How are you all doing? I hope you're doing well. Let me try and sit up straight. I was like leaning forward and getting completely out of the picture here. Okay, so I have 3 FFOs, one of which was a new start and a finish. It's just a little small, and some progress on 2 whips, one of which I spun for last week or last Flosstube. And then I've got giveaway winner announcement. I've got to do my whip roulette so we know what I need to spend some time working on, and I have a little sock progress to show, and I have my big Christmas haul to share with you guys. I did have one comment last video that said she was excited to see the Christmas haul, so no one else said it, but I hope you don't mind. I'll put it at the end in case you're not into seeing a bunch of haul. And yeah, so let's just start, shall we? Yeah, okay. The first FFO I have is my Nightshade bird drum. I finally got brave. Honestly, I've been putting it off because I was nervous, because I've never made a drum before, and I knew it would be, you know, hand sewing around the top and the bottom, and I was like, well, I don't want to do it. But anyway, I finally made the drum and a little tomato to go on top. I don't have it connected because I like the fact that I can, you know, take it off or whatever, but so I didn't rewatch Vanna Pfeiffer's tutorial, but I have watched it in the past, so I just went off of what I remembered. I didn't end up getting sawdust or walnut shells. Sorry, I almost blanked on what it was called for a second. I didn't end up getting that, so this is actually just stuffed with fiber fill, but I did glue some pennies to the bottom just to give it a tiny bit of weight. I probably could have done more, but yeah, I really like how it turned out. It's a tad wonky, but honestly, for my first try doing a drum, I'm pretty pleased. I'm pretty happy. So yeah, and I just have it sitting in my dining room with like the face, this side facing out generally. I really, really like it. And I'm glad I finally did it, because it was something that was like looming over my head, like, you must make this drum. You said you were gonna make a drum. So I did it. Okay, my next finish is dirty on the back. I finished Within This Home May Peace Abide. This was the free chart that was released in November from Heartstring Samplery. And I just had the words left to do. Oh, I had 4 words left to do: house, may, peace, and abide. So yeah, it was in my purse, and I was just gonna have it as a purse project, but honestly, I was like, this is gonna take me like a day to finish. I should just do it. So I just have it, you know, in a hoop as a finish. I did a running stitch along the back just to pull it kind of tight, like the extra excess fabric. I did cut away some of it, and I put a tiny bit of fiber fill in there just so it would puff out. I'm not sure, you probably can't tell on camera that it's slightly puffed out, but it is. And then I glued some cardstock to the back using Aleene's tacky glue, and then tied a wide black satin ribbon to the top. I really like it. I like how it turned out. I think it's just cute and simple and can stay out all year if I want. And I'm glad I finished it. So yeah, I'm glad too that I used this wider satin ribbon. I think if I'd used a thinner one, I wouldn't have liked it as much. So that's that. And then I had the urge, I'm just reaching to put it farther away from me if I can. I had the urge to start just a small last week after, yeah, I have finished my 8 hours on Grace Bridges. I followed my instructions, and then I was just like, I just kind of want to have something that I can start and finish in like a couple of days or a day, or I really thought I could finish it in a day, but I didn't have enough time to do it in the first day. So anyway, I did, where did I put it? Sorry, so organized, just kidding. I did Love Never Fails by the Primitive Hare. This is another free pattern. If you Google it, you know, Love Never Fails, the Primitive Hare, you should be able to find it. Of course, my picture is not as pretty because it's in black and white, but it's fine. And so here it is. It's actually filled with rice because I wanted it to be weighty, like a bean bag, but like I said, I don't have walnut shells. I haven't bought them. And I know I could just get them from a pet store, but I haven't done it yet. Every time I go for dog food, I forget. Or I'm like, well, I'll get it next time, like in the moment. So anyway, it's filled with rice. This is a scrap piece of Brenda's Brew that I had left over after my Winter Rose Manor. And I actually used 2 leftover colors from what I did Winter Rose Manor as well. Classic Colorworks used Brick for the lighter pink, and Classic Colorworks Cayenne. So I think it would have looked really nice in one color, but I wanted to try and see how I liked it with 2, and I think it's all right. I actually, looking back, probably would have picked a brighter pink, but it's fine. And then I already said I filled it with rice, brown rice, that I just had in my pantry, and this little cotton lace is around the edge, and here's the backing fabric, which is actually another scrap for my great-great-grandmother, which is cool. I mean, I have other fabric, but I don't know. I just like the idea of using stuff that was hers, even though I didn't know her, but yeah. I should maybe show you guys next time if you're interested, let me know. I have, as I've said, I have some scraps of her fabric, and I have her little sewing basket, which is just filled with, you know, her stuff, which is really cool. And my mom just sent me a picture that my mom's in when she was a little girl, and she's right next to her, who is obviously her great-grandmother, my great-great-grandmother. So it's kind of cool because I'd never seen her, or at least never remembered seeing a picture of her. And now I'm like, oh, okay, so that's, you know, whose stuff I have. So anyway, if you'd be interested in seeing that, I will show you guys maybe next time. Just let me know down below. Anyway, so that's my little start and finish. I actually finished this on our anniversary, which was last Friday. Oh, I gotta tell you guys. So I gave Billy his present, and he really liked it. So I figured he would at least appreciate it because he knew I worked on it a lot. But yeah, he liked it, and he hung it up right away. So that's done. And what was funny for our anniversary last Friday, like I said, we didn't do anything for our anniversary on Friday. We celebrated on Saturday. My mom came over during the day, and we went thrifting and, you know, grabbed breakfast. We didn't even get lunch. So that was our little anniversary celebration. So on Friday, because both of us knew that we were celebrating the following day, we both kind of switched it in our heads. And he gets up really early. He gets up around 5 sometimes 6, but usually around 5. So I come wandering down at like 6:30, 7 o'clock, and we're like, oh, good morning, our normal thing. And then like an hour later, he's like, oh yeah, happy anniversary. I'm like, oh yeah, happy anniversary. I forgot that it was today, because anyway. So I finished this on that day, but honestly, I was thinking Valentine's Day for it, but I think it's fine for all the time. Yeah. Speaking of our anniversary, which this is not cross stitch, but it's kind of stitching related. So I'm going to show you guys this. This is something, I added this leaf onto it this year. That's why I'm showing you, because I did something stitching. So this is my present that my husband gave to me for our 2nd wedding anniversary. And I cried, and it still is so, you know, meaningful and sweet to me that he did this, because he's not a crafty person. He is super super smart, super creative, super wonderful in so many ways, but he doesn't like, you know, he's not a crafty, like to make stuff for fun type of, you know, he doesn't really sew or anything like that, obviously, you know. But I think second anniversary, the traditional gift is linen. So this is linen, and he thought up this idea to do like a tree and love always, and then there was 2 leaves, this leaf and this blue leaf he put on, and it's like every year we add a new leaf on our anniversary, so now there's 10. And yeah, I don't know, we have it hanging in our hallway, like our front hallway, so we see it all the time, and I just love it. And you know, someday it'll be a completely full tree, which is pretty cool. So that's that. Okay. Oh, I just realized I forgot to grab something. It's not stitching, it's sewing. Let me grab it real quick and I'll show you that, and then the knitting, and then we'll get into all the other cross stitch stuff. How's that sound? Okay. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. I also made, oh, it's covered in dog hair. Well, we live here and so does our dog, so please excuse that. I made a quilted pillow cover for this pillow that is my favorite, that I basically claimed after we bought it, or I bought it really, and it's like my lap pillow, and then if I'm watching my iPad, it sits on it. If I'm cross stitching, all my stuff sits on it. So this is my adopted pillow, and the cover that was on it was, you know, really pretty. It was from the store. It was like white and had silver bits, but it was like this loose weave, and it started to get holes in it, like irreparable holes. They weren't these little things. So I was like, okay, I'll buy a new cover. Couldn't find the right size, so I just decided to make one. So this is just a simple, you know, simple squares, and I just did that kind of diagonal quilting through each square. This fabric line I've had for years, and it is part of the Sleeping Porch by Heather Ross fabric line. And then it's, honestly, it's covered in fuzz, but you know, I just did a simple, this color on the back, and I made binding the same color. And I made it kind of small on purpose because I wanted this to be kind of firm. I could have made the back flap just a little bit longer because I didn't do a zipper. I just did a simple flap because it's so tight that it kind of wants to pop out a little. And the back, I mean, it's not popping out, but you can kind of see like boop, 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 like it's pooching out. But it's fine, I don't mind, and if I ever make another one, I'll just make it a smidge bigger, but I really like it. It's very cheerful, and that goes in our living room. And I believe Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch has a tutorial for something super similar, except I think she did do a zippered closure. I didn't feel like doing a zipper, so I didn't do it. I'm just gonna shove this that way, okay. Okay, and then I did make some progress on my sock that I'm working on. I am now, sorry, I was trying to get it out because, you know, I didn't prepare very well. So now I'm all the way down the leg. I did the slip stitch heel, the heel turn, and now I am at the point where I have to do the decreases for the gusset. And this is just a simple, you know, 1x1 rib for the ribbing, and then a 3x1 rib all the way down the leg, and 3x1 rib will continue across the top of the foot. And this type of heel is just what fits me best. So, and this is Patton's Croy yarn. Sidewalk Chalk Stripes, I think it's called. So I like to knit the body or the leg of socks in with 9-inch circular needles. I use the Chowgu ones, and they're in size 2.25 millimeter, size 1. And then when I get to the heel flap part, I leave you know, half of the stitches on the circular, and then I just bring out my size 1 or 2.25 millimeter DPNs, and then I knit down the heel flap, and then do all the way up to this point with DPNs. Once I get through the gusset, like through the decreases, I'll switch back to the circulars. But I don't really love doing fiddly bits with the circulars. That's why I just do it with the DPNs, and then I kind of switch back and forth. So that's my method. It's slow going, but I'm totally at peace with that. As long as I'm sometimes working on them, it's okay. And I'll still have the other one to do after that. So that's my knitting. Okay, now I've got to show you, oh, let me talk about the giveaway winner. So the giveaway from last video was these two Mill Hill counted glass bead kits, ornaments. I mean, I think one comes, they both come with a pin, so they could be pins, but I would probably do them as ornaments. They're called ornaments, so whatever. This bunny and this pretty plaid present. So the winner, I did the random comment picker, and it's Jennifer Jones. So congratulations, Jennifer. I will leave my email address down below, and I'll also put a comment on your comment from the last video with my email address. Please put Flosstube giveaway in the subject line. That way it's easy for me to spot. So congratulations. I don't have a giveaway for this week, but maybe next time. Okay. So let's see. I should show you my book of days since I've been pretty good about writing in it. I might have forgotten to write yesterday. Yes, I did forget to write yesterday, but I did work on Huckleberry Farm. So I'll fill that in at some point, but there we are. And then my first order of business since last video was to fulfill my whip roulette obligation. So I worked just over 8 hours on Grace Bridges. I think it was like 8 hours and 7 minutes when all was said and done. And I thought I was gonna make more progress than I did. Turns out this was very slow going for me, primarily because of the color changes that were happening every letter for a bit. So okay, so yeah, like I thought I was gonna get so much more done, but I got all of these letters done, which were all different colors. So I did a lot of color changing, and then the rest of the border over here done, and then this first row of letters, excuse me, is complete. I really thought that I would be able to get both pages, the first 2 pages finished, but I am now into the second page and I have to work my way downwards. There's less of the color change, like there's these letters, of course, where you have to change colors every time, but there's less of them. So, and there's also, I finished Grace Bridges' name. So it's a little bit less left to do for the second page. And I just want to show you this little detail, which I didn't realize until I was stitching it, but I loved it. It's here. All of the berries are this pretty, you know, red color, except this berry is brown and this berry is like, you know, a third brown, which is just so cool because that's, you know, how they would grow. One would just be a little wonky and one would be bad and the rest would be fine. I don't know, I just love that that's there. So yeah, that was just over 8 hours of work. I'm a little, not disappointed. I'd hoped to get both the first 2 pages done so then I could move on to all the fun stuff. But I do have to put in some more work for the letters to be done, but that's okay. I'm happy with the progress I made. I'm happy that I worked on it diligently. So that's where I'm at there. And then my next thing that I worked on for the rest of the time, besides the finishes that you already saw, was I pulled out Huckleberry Farm. And this is where I got to. When I first showed, you know, when I first started, I had, or when I first showed you last week, words are hard, I had from here down done and maybe some of this vine done, but it was plain. It was not, didn't have the leaves on it or anything. So I worked all the way up. I have the vine for the first page completely done. And then I moved on and started on the flower pot. Yeah, that's all I did yesterday. All the stitching I did was that. It's just what it is. I've had, not to complain, but I've had this back thing going on. It feels like, kind of like a muscle spasm, really bad knot. I don't really know, but it's at the base of my shoulder blade, in between my spine and my shoulder blade. And yeah, it just makes me not want to stitch because I stitch in my hand and I kind of have my hand like here and then whatever. And it's not because of stitching, because I get it other times, like with doing other things, but it's been really uncomfortable. So I haven't been doing as much stitching as I would like. So anyway, that's all right. Today it's been pretty good so far. I think part of it is my dining room chairs where I'm sitting now, but I think if I sit in a certain way, it just makes it worse, and I just have to be careful. I have to figure out what the way is that I shouldn't do and not do it. So anyway, but yeah, I mean, I still am pleased with the progress. I love how this looks. I love it. I mean, this is not a sit back and relax type of border, you know, you have to count the whole time and nothing's the same and whatever, but man, it's just so pretty. I really love it. I love that little chipmunk guy. It's so cute. I have a hair stuck to it. Oh, it's still attached to my head. I went to pull it off and I was like, ow. Yeah, so that's that. That's my whips. Those are my finishes. Now I just have to show you, we have to draw my new whip roulette thing. And then I have a bunch of Christmas haul to share with you guys. Yeah, okay, let's do that. I have my iPad here. My foot's going numb. Let me put that down. I like to sit cross-legged and then my foot will go numb if I'm here. Okay, so here's my wheel. Did I remove the other one? Yeah, okay. So here's my wheel. So now there's only 5 on it because I finished my piece abide. So let's spin it. Dutch sampler. Yay! I'm so excited. I actually would be happy if I got any of them, but I'm really excited because, you know, the Dutch sampler is my newest start. Yeah, I'm so excited. So, okay, that's really fun. Okay, cool. And then, all right, so now I'm gonna move on to haul. This is Christmas haul. Disclaimer, I pretty much only asked for cross stitch stuff. We do like to spoil each other. And if you guys don't give gifts that way, you know, with your loved ones and whatever, that's totally cool. But I always give him too many presents and he always gives me too many presents. So, and it's not just from Billy either. My sister got me some patterns because we do a Secret Santa exchange between, you know, me, my sister, my brother, my stepbrother, and my sister-in-law. So then it's like a $40 limit. So, and then you can give ideas if you want. So I gave cross stitch ideas. So anyway, if you're not into haul and you don't want to see it, that's totally fine. And I'll see you next time, I hope. But I'm going to show you what I got. I'm really excited. So the first and biggest thing is this Mirabilia. Sorry, I was trying to find the name. This is Lily of the Woods Dreaming Fairy. I have not seen anyone work on her, but she is so beautiful. Oh my gosh, I love her. I love her, I love her, I love her. And this is such a small picture. I can't wait to see her. So, which means I have to stitch her. But, gosh, she's so pretty. And so I picked out this fabric and like suggested, hey, if you want to get this fabric to go along with it, this is 32 count Swamp by Picture This Plus. Swamp, I think. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's Swamp. So she's on a, like, it kind of looked greener on the screen, but it does have quite a bit of green in it and then brown. So it's going to look great. It's going to look great. And then this is all like the DMC and the beads and all of that. So it's all kitted and ready to go. I just got to get brave and do it. I'm very excited about her. I've never stitched anything like a Mirabilia before, so it'll be a challenge, but I think it'll be great. So that was my biggest thing. Also, from Billy, he got me a couple of these things. This was in my stocking, and these next two things were actually, he was like, I thrifted them, he found them, and he was like, they're perfect though. The poor guy. So since I'm not eating sugar and flour, you know, we usually put candy in each other's stockings, and I still got to do that for him. I got to put candy in his stocking, but he had to be creative. So this was one of the things that went in my stocking, and it's this Tiny Treasure Diamonds Blue Crystal Star Mill Hill kit. And it doesn't look, I mean, it's pretty, but I saw a picture of it and it's like really pretty. So I'm very excited to do this. And then this is a kit that he said he found in a thrift store too. So it's hydrangeas. This is Anchor Counted Cross Stitch Hydrangea Study, it's called. And I love hydrangeas. I've said in a previous video that sunflowers are one of my favorite flowers. Well, hydrangeas are another one of my favorite flowers, but it turns out most flowers are my favorite flowers. I love flowers. Anyway, this comes with white Aida, but I think it would look really extra pretty on natural linen. So I'll probably do it on that instead. I just think the tones of the blues and purples would look so beautiful on the linen, like the natural color, you know? So anyway, that's that. Yeah, so I was going to go on a tangent, and then I tried to get myself back, but now I just want to tell you. So yeah, one of my dreams is to, you know, have a lot of land and grow most of our own food and like raise animals and stuff, like a little farm, like a mini farm. But also I want to make money by selling flowers, like a flower farm, because I love flowers so much, which is so funny because I don't know. But anyway, the flower farm aspect has only been a dream for like a year or so, but the mini farm homesteady part of it has been a dream for, I don't know, 10 years or something like that. Side note, another side note about me. I do have a small garden here, but we're on like 1/3 of an acre. So, and like a very small garden, but you know, enough to can some salsa and eat a lot of vegetables. And I mean, I freeze some stuff and I can some stuff. But anyway, back to the cross stitch. So anyway, here it is. I've never seen this before either, but it was a lovely surprise. So, and then I got this pattern, which I've never seen anyone do either. Sorry for the glare. Let's see. Nope. Okay, that's a little better. This is called Quaker Quilts by Carriage House Samplings. And I don't have a fabric currently to go with this, but I do have the NPIs to go with that. So that's cool. I would totally do it with DMC, but since I have these, I'm obviously going to use them. This just looks like a pretty good neutral tan will be great. So I want to start that soon too. And then let's see. From Not Forgotten Farm, I got Holly, who I definitely want to stitch her for Christmas next year. She's so pretty. And Thomas. So he's another turkey I need to stitch. And then he got me 3 PDF patterns too, which I have pulled up on my iPad. I did think to organize that much. So 2 were Mama Witch cross stitch. I didn't print them out yet, which is why I'm showing you on my iPad. I got the Camping Toads. Yeah, Camping Toad Frog Bugs cross stitch pattern. And then the other one from Mama Witch cross stitch is Mouse. It just calls Mouse cross stitch pattern. And then the last PDF, which this one cracks me up, is Helmo, Everything is Fine. So it's just, I mean, this is kind of out of my normal thing, but I think it's hilarious, Elmo. Everything is fine. I mean, considering the past couple of years, I don't know, just saying. Hilarious. So love those. And then I got a few more patterns. This was from my sister for the Secret Santa exchange. I got my sister-in-law, and I got my sister-in-law a fancy beanie that she wanted and 2 fancy hot sauce things. Well, actually one was Coney ketchup, which apparently I ordered at the exact right time because they were completely out of stock and are apparently discontinuing it. So she was very happy about that. And then some other hot sauce that she wanted. I don't know why you guys are interested, but I told you anyway. Sorry. All right, Teresa Kogut Struttin'. Love, 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 love this so much. Look at that Santa. He's so cute. And then Turkish Delight by Rosewood Manor. So pretty. I think this is on Picture This Plus Rubios, which I don't know. I don't think it's made anymore. Sorry. Stand by. Let me... Yeah, Rubios from Picture This Plus. A fat quarter of that. I don't think that's a thing anymore. I could be wrong. I did see a fabric by XJU or XJU Designs on Knits&Stitches.com that might work. It seems like a pretty bright pink, or I could try my hand at dyeing it. I actually still have some tie-dye, like from a tie-dye kit. And I'm pretty sure we had some bright pinks. I don't know. Maybe I'll get brave and do it, but I'm not even ready to start it yet, but it is quite pretty. And then HL's Moth by Kathy Barrick. So pretty. And also, I love this. So my sister's name is Leah and my sister-in-law is Heather. And I was like, oh, HL, like Heather Leah. Anyway. So, so, so cool. And then the last one, I know I'm spoiled, I'm sorry. Okay, is Teresa Kogut Come to the Garden. Which again, I just talked about. I have a little garden, I love it. Love flowers, love all this, love this whole thing. And I love that it is spiral bound, so I'll be able to lay it flat. I mean, I lay other things flat too, but some of them, like these, are not as easy to. You just kind of have to deal with the fact that the edge is going to be a little worn, you know? So, okay, that's all of it. That's a lot, right? So I don't need patterns. Of course, if I see something in a thrift store, I might not be able to pass it up, but for now, I'm just gonna not buy any more patterns. I have a lot. I mean, my Christmas Eve video showed you like a gajillion ones that were 25 cents each. So it's like, I have all this and that. I'm already pretty good. Like I could stitch every second of the day forever and have a lot. So yeah, I did make an order for some fabric though, because I have all of these patterns and a bunch of other ones. I was like, well, I need fabric to stitch them. So I did place an order. It hasn't even shipped yet, I don't think. I think it'll ship sometime maybe next week, maybe this weekend, I'm not sure. But yeah, that's it. That's my haul. That's a lot. Thank you. So, okay. I think I'm done. Thank you so much for coming and sticking with me if you stuck it out till the end. I really appreciate it. It's been really fun doing Flosstube and like, you know, being able to talk to other people that also like cross stitching. Yeah, it's been really nice. So thanks for being here. I hope you'll subscribe if you're not, and if you're not already. And yeah, stay safe, stay healthy, keep stitching, try to be happy, and I'll see you next time. Bye.